what's going to be happening. To the top left-hand side is going to be our blue Protoss player. It is Stats, and he's going up against the red Terran. To the bottom right-hand side, it is GuMiho. Let me just get a Stats name on the screen right now for you guys, just to let you know who is playing, just in case you're not sure. Or just for anyone just joining the stream, just to save any confusion. As we do see the opening here, Gas First from GuMiho. Well, it is Frozen Temple, and there's so much you can do for Gas First on this map. And as we're going to be seeing this refinery just saturated, and gas coming in, we'll see the barracks is starting to build as well. And the gateway on the way up from Stats here to begin with too. So, from Stats looking like a very standard expansion in the early stages. From GuMiho, however, he's looking to be going into that Gas First, probably in towards a Reaper. But still the potential for just a fast factory as well, and just going super aggressive super early. We loved that build for a long time here. Everyone loved this build for a long time in Frozen Temple. Where you go for that factory starport, where you go for that tank evac play, where you go for that Cyclone and Liberator afterwards, and you just pressure from the early stages. So, let's see if that's what GuMiho wants to go for here. Luz just going to be a Reaper, and he is just going to be looking for an expander, I was going to say, but his SCV goes to Scout, I guess another SCV to expand. So he will just expand, and the factory will come down here very soon as well. After the expansion. So standard opening, we've seen this a lot lately, the Reaper expand off of a Gas First, just to give you that slightly faster factory to play with. As we see the SCV just continue to move in towards the upper left side, we'll scout around, we'll see the expansion here early on. So SCV is just going to be scouting on in, and again just having a little bit of a look to see what's happening exactly in these early stages. Actually going to make a bunker over here on top of the expansion, so kind of interesting. We'll see what Stats is going to do to respond to that. And Depth is on the way out for him. The Reaper coming across. And the bunker is not going to do too much because there's only going to be a Reaper inside, and a Reaper is not going to be able to kill off this Nexus super quickly or anything. So it's a little bit of an interesting setup here. As we're going to see this probe starting to take quite a bit of damage. It is going to go down just before the SCV falls. The Reaper will take a couple of shots, but he just gives this Reaper somewhere safe to kind of go to if he wants to. Sadly, he kind of distracts the mothership core as well, I guess, to some extent. To kind of, I guess it's in a way like an engineering bay in this position. It keeps you sort of visible, keeps vision on the mothership core and where those units are early. So we're just going to be seeing this Reaper going to be hopping up in towards the main base and having a little bit of a look around. Looking to see how things are going. This single Adept going to be chasing forwards as well. The Reaper is going to be picking away at a few more probes as well. And the Pylon going to be overcharged there to pick off that Reaper in the end. So Pylon going to pick off the Reaper, and we're just going to be seeing Twilight Council continue to come up. Robo facility is going to be about halfway done, and we're just going to be seeing these couple of Marines coming down to the low ground, just starting to work their way through those rocks. So start to do some damage here. Rocks are starting to fall, and a couple more Marines popping out. GuMiho just going to be joining together and continuing to work his way through these rocks here. So Rock's going to be continuing to go down. Nothing too exciting though, really. You're going to see this Widowmine out and Liberator to begin with. So he's actually just going to attack across the map with these initial units, and as he attacks across the map with the initial units, he'll just be sort of going with the Liberator too. It's interesting. It's not what you usually see. You usually see the Medevac, but no, just going to walk across here, which he can do because by walking across, it does put you in this sort of position where you get the Liberator up faster, and it is Frozen Temple, so you walk across pretty quickly anyways. So I mean, it does make some sense here to kind of go for this sort of strategy, for this sort of technique, for this sort of choice of how exactly to execute the build. And we've seen a single Marine going up the right hand side from GuMiho, and the Liberator starting to go up the left. So we'll see if he does move across, or whether he is just going to sit back at home and just wait. So Liberator going up the left hand side, and Warp Prism is on the way up. Blink's coming in to be about halfway done here very shortly as well. So Blink going to be about halfway up, and just going to be seeing this Liberator of GuMiho going to be setting up this left hand side and seeing what he can get done as he moves up here and going to be sieging up in location in the next couple of moments. So there he goes, sieging up, and Adept going to be taking a shot there to begin with. Stats a little bit insecure, or a little bit unsure about, not insecure, but unsure about which sort of direction you wanted to go there. He's like in, out, in, out. He wasn't sure exactly how he wanted to do this. As we are going to be seeing a Medevac unit starting to move up the right-hand side of the map now, looking to get a little bit more damage done here. Stalker's coming in, going to hit onto that Liberator there quickly. And you're going to see this Medevac continue to come in towards the top side, and continuing to look to see what exactly, what else is going to be going on. Liberator of GuMiho is going to be continuing to pull away down the left, as GuMiho will then boost in towards the main base. So GuMiho going to boost in towards the main, and just going to be seeing what he can get up to in the next few moments. We're going to see this Widowmine actually connected onto a Warp Prism. that's very low now. I mean, that the Liberator can maybe come in and chase it down. There's Stalkers that can pop out, though, and they're going to pop out immediately to deflect and defend. As we're going to be seeing the units gathering together on the third base. Stats going to set this up. Interesting that we've only really seen... No, we have seen Blink out of him. Okay. So we've seen Blink out of him. I mean, yeah, pretty standard GuMiho with a drop in the main. Has to lift against the overcharge. And we'll just be seeing the Liberator set up defensively to actually try and deal with these units over here. Tank as well. Very good defensive setup. And nothing at all to be done about that. Stats just have to lift up, back away. Will not get more done in that location. In any way, shape or form. GuMiho going to pull away down the right-hand side of the map. He has a few more units still gathering together kind of between the natural and the third base. Medevac and the Warpism will sort of cross paths, and Stalker's blinking forwards trying to get the Medevac. One Marine goes down. This is a very small victory for Stats there, but nothing too significant as Forge on the way up as well. Looks as though the Warpism maybe trying to come around another side and maybe try and keep chasing that Medevac. It is fairly low. If those couple of Stalkers could blink forwards as well, again, they could continue to work their way through those couple of, through that Medevac health. You'll see the command center finishing up here in the main base. So CC finishing up, and again, Marines just going to be joining up together. Just going to be seeing a scan to pick off that Observer. So Observer going to go down. You'll see a couple of Adepts going to be warping in. 3 Adepts going to be warping in. All of those units from Stats just gathering up and getting set to go once again. Warpism going to come down the left-hand side. I'm just going to be seeing the Warpism just trying to think about what direction he maybe wants to go in here shortly. You're going to be seeing a couple of tanks going to be lifting here from GuMiho, and I mean, he has been building a lot of these tanks early to help him defend, and he can turn that into aggression now. He can use those to be somewhat aggressive as he just stims one Marine. A little bit interesting. Looks like he's just going to use the tanks to help him cover the third base. Nice spot on the Observer. He's so good at this. A lot of the top Terrans obviously are, but it is kind of a defining feature as to how good a Terran is, how easily they can spot those Observers and shut them down. The more Observers you shut down, the more you're kind of messing the Protoss player up. 75 gas to rebuild an Observer is not cheap. Plus the fact it takes up a bunch of build time on the Robo facility, and it denies him the vision for a while. It gives you so many advantages to pick off an Observer, so picking them off, so worthwhile on GuMiho. Let's see if he spots another one overhead right now, as it is just sat there, right over the army. So GuMiho doesn't look as though he's spotted it just yet. There's units gathering together from Stats. Now there's a Warpism moving forwards, although Liberators are in position to already start working his way through this. Turret as well. There's going to be a kill on the Warpism. 3 Adepts do get out still. Plenty of units to respond, 2 SCVs, and that should be about it. 3 actually, you might get one more as he chases forwards. Okay, only 3 in the end. And again, as scan comes down, Stats is going to be sort of having his army spotted at this point. As the tank effects just again joining up together, getting ready to go up through the center of the map over the next few moments. And looking to see what he can do next. So, GuMiho going to get aggressive. I mean, 3 Liberators already up, 3 tank effects. It's a very powerful push that he's got going for himself. There is going to be +1 finished from Stats, but there's 1-1 finished from GuMiho. Stats does have kind of this option here where, I mean, he's got Blink, he's got Resonating Glaive, so he's sort of got the tools he should need at this point. But it's still a very difficult army to engage into. A couple of Widow Mines mixed in as well makes it even more difficult as, yeah, Adepts do need a cancel there. They don't want to commit in just yet. You can see a few Liberators still just sieged up in position here. Another force field comes down. A scan again. There's going to be seen an Adept just taking a little bit more damage. Stalkers just going to have to split up a little bit, and these Adepts are going to be moving forwards. Shade's going to be looking to see what they can do. Stalker's trying to pick up the tank, but it just lifts up, and he is not going to commit in. From moment 2, it looks like it, but then you remember those 2 Widow Mines there, and it just makes it a very... the trade is just not worthwhile in that situation. There's going to be seeing tank shots once more. This Pylon's starting to take quite a lot of damage. This Pylon really starting to go down here, moving forwards. These Adepts, looking to see what's going on. Is this going to be the attack forwards now with 1 Colossus in the army? No, it's not. He's just going to continue buying himself more time. He has built up the upgrade count now. He's got 2 more Colossi on the way, which will help so much. As GuMiho continues to just try and brute force his way through the center, slowly making progress. But as 2 more Colossi come out, the army composition of Stats is so much better. And that's maybe just the difference that kind of comes in here. 2 Colossi and now a 3rd one joining extended thermal lance. It's now nothing for Stats to wait for anymore. Now he goes, especially because the Terran players moved into a more aggressive position as well. It's more easily engageable. And here we go. The Adepts are going to commit in this time. The tanks get lifted. They kite back immediately here. The Widow Mine's not going off just yet because they're not in position. The Liberator that's still left out, the 2 Liberators that's still left out are not in position either. So Stats taking a good trade right now. Doesn't have many Stalkers to actually fight against the remaining Liberators. And as 2 more Liberators come in, that is something he has to try and fight against still. Comes in, he'll get rid of one of them here. Just trying to give himself a little bit more space. I kind of like that fight for Stats, but apparently it wasn't good enough. Not just yet. Needs 1 more Warp to Stalkers before he continues here, I think. he needs to still fight against more of these Liberators, and that's going to be an issue, especially if tanks are picking off Stalkers as well. GuMiho is still pushing his way in towards this third base. There's going to be 4 Colossi out in a moment. 4 Colossi to try and save the day. Adepts are going to shade across the map and try and counterattack here. In fact, Stats might just be giving up the third base. A couple more Adepts stalking warping in. He's going to be pushing forwards again. We're going to be seeing him just trying to push this back. The tanks get forced away. We're going to be seeing third Nexus falls and the Adepts as probes are starting to go down. Adepts move their way across, so here we go. This is the Stats' opportunity to get counter damage done. He needs to get a lot of counter damage done, because if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble, having lost the third Nexus now. There's going to be seeing 3 more units warping in. And Colossi just trying to work away at a distance, try and get some more done. We're going to be seeing the CV still starting to fall. I mean, worker counts are actually evening up quite quickly here. One Adept left over in this mineral line, still just doing a bit more. GuMiho loses a lot of workers, but maintains the triple command center, and that is huge as we see a 4th base being established from Stats now. And he is just going to rebuild this, so it's an interesting one. He's going to blink in, he's going to fight against the rest of this now, going to get rid of those tanks and the Liberators. And that's a big win for Stats there, cleaning up those expensive units. Medevac's getting out alive though, they're currently moving away through the center of the map. And we do just see more units from Stats starting to move through the center himself, going to go straight for a counterattack, but look how much bio there still is from GuMiho. Okay, there's not many tanks here anymore, there's only 1 Liberator, but still, it's just so much here from GuMiho, and you can't imagine that Stats is going to do too much with this army. Yeah, he's got 3 Colossi and a couple of force fields, but is that really enough? I mean, the Colossi are nice, but I don't believe they're enough here. Guardian Shield goes down as we see the attack starting to come forwards. Smart move. I mean, he has to sit in this choke point. I think can't allow the Concave to come in, because then the Colossi are not going to have a chance. No matter how many chances, you know, they're not going to have a single chance to kind of win this. So, has to use the choke point, wait for those Nexus to come back up for him at home. His Temple Archives is just finished, so he has access to Storm now. He starts that immediately with 4 High Templar warping in. These Adepts, 2 of them are just going to commit through, pull the army a little bit further back, and he gets a couple of kills. And again, not too much though, but takes the opportunity to move forwards. But still, GuMiho with army to the top, army to the bottom side. And that just means he's still ready to engage in if Stats does move past this sort of line here. GuMiho can attack him from the top and from the bottom very, very easily. A couple more depths to the side, and GuMiho's still just very well spread out to kind of deal with all of this at this point. You'll see a few more Stalkers warping in, and a few probes just gathering themselves together as well. Going to start moving into position over on the third base. This Liberator going to get cleaned out. So Liberator gets picked off pretty quickly, and again, Bio Forces from GuMiho are going to be moving up the right side to look to see what he can do here. Widowmine going to unburrow and continue to see what else he can do. Stalkers, Colossi, Sentries, all of them gathering together here between the third base and the 4th base. And Widowmine starts to lead the charge, as they're going to be seen Bio Forces of GuMiho continue to advance up the right hand side. And see the Colossi doing a little bit here, and a big stem forwards. We're looking to get a bit more done, so moving forwards, we're going to see a couple of Colossi going down. Big split out of GuMiho, and that's the thing. As soon as GuMiho got into this aggressive position where he can spread out, it's going to be a winning fight for him. The Storms were very good, but they just weren't quite enough. And so that is GG, and GuMiho is going to take game number 1 of the... Still get it wrong. Game number 2, and it's going to be to the top right-hand side of the map. Player who is not labelled correctly there just yet. Let me fix that. Perfect. There we go. To the top right-hand side, our blue Prowess player is going to be Stats from Kitty Roaster. And to the other left-hand side is going to be that red Terran player is GuMiho from MVP. 1 game lead for our Terran. Let's see if Stats can fight back. Stats was the player to win last week's qualifier. Was it Stats? It might be in Classic, actually. Let me just check. Leifeng 155 qualify. I mean, yeah, it was Classic. Sorry, Stats came through and qualified for the... Oh, Stats didn't make it through last week. Oh, I thought he did. Wow. Yeah, he lost to Soul in the qualifying match. Of course, we casted him in the like the qualifying matches last time around in the last Leifeng Cup, but then he never actually made it to the main event. So, yeah, looking to see if he can. Well, he's already qualified, so he's already in the main event. So that's nice. A little bit of a difference. I'm just going to be seeing this probe moving down to the bottom right, and again, just scouting around, looking to see what's up and what's going on in the early stage, just trying to figure out where his opponent is very early on here. Nothing too crazy about that at all. Going to be seeing this probe from Stats just moving around, still looking to just keep up to date and looking to see what exactly is happening. This probe moving around here, we do see the Reaper is on the way out. So Reaper on the way out from this barracks, and this SCV from GuMiho just going to be popping down the command center in the next few moments. So command center going to be dropping down, and the Reaper is on the way. Factory will be quick to follow it again. This gas first based opening. As we just set this up. So we're going to pop out. We're just going to see the factory starting to build as well from GuMiho here in the main base. So yeah, and pretty much as we expect in the early stages. Let's follow the Reaper across, as GuMiho does not know at all where his opponent is right now. So let's see if he goes in the right direction. He will go in the right direction. Goes over to the right hand side first. He'll find his opponent in the first location he checks. And yeah, just good stuff from GuMiho. Just going to find his opponent straight away. We'll see the expansion and might even get in to see the Stargate early on in this also. So just setting this up, the Reaper moving into the right hand side. Sees the Nexus already. Hops into the main base. Finds himself a probe. Is he going to commit in towards the main base further? No, not just yet. I mean, it's fairly early for tech to actually be coming out of the Protoss player, so usually jumping in at this point wouldn't give you too much information, although this time it would give him the Stargate Scout. As we're going to be seeing this Reaper continue to back away over to the left-hand side. So Reaper continues to back away over to the left-hand side. The probe will come up towards the northern side here and just move through the top to, again, have a look to see what else is going to be going on. So probe coming through the top, and the Reaper is going to be able to pick off this probe there. So probe is going to get picked off, and again we're going to be seeing this Reaper picking up the kill. Magfield Accelerator is on the way in, Cyclone about halfway done, and we just wait to see how GuMiho will turn this, how this will turn out for GuMiho and stats here. I kind of like GuMiho's opening though. Cyclone with lock-on power up, the Magfield Accelerator against like an Oracle. I think he's going to have a pretty good time. Again, guys, the winner of this is going to be playing against either Ryung or Alive in the finals of the qualifier today to try and win $50. $50 for the first place player. Again, you can add to that on the Match Arena page. I don't have a link to that linked anywhere, so apologies. I'll link it after this game. As this Oracle just come across over to the top left-hand side, Cyclone is going to be locking on. And the Oracle just going to be forced away pretty quickly there. So Oracle getting forced away to the right side. I'm just going to be continuing to move around. So Oracle just moving around again, doesn't get killed by the Cyclone, but gets shut down pretty quickly. And now with two Cyclones out, maybe we see our Terran play again aggressive, as he actually catches the Oracle with the Marines out in the front. Well, one Cyclone going to have to stay at home to defend against the Oracle. He isn't going to be close enough. He was kind of down here. He should have been able to kill that, actually, I think. Should have been in a better position, but not the case. You're going to see this push across. I kind of feel as though this is going to be a dead third base. I don't think this is holdable against the Cyclone, the Marines, and the Reaper. There's just not enough units out right now for our Protoss player. So we're going to be seeing the Marines coming in. I mean, this first panel already taking a lot of damage. He's going to get cancelled. Second one, too, and the Nexus, well, he's going to let it finish. He believes he can clean it up. We've seen, was that another couple of Marines actually coming across? Yeah, I think he, I don't think he can fight this. We're going to see these Adepts, actually a few of them, on their own right now. Jeff's going to shade over to the left-hand side to take a bit of a better fight. He's not going to win this, though. He's going to lose all of these units. Another Cyclone comes across. His unit's actually going to go up the high ground and look to see what they can lock onto as the Marines finish off the third base. Actually locking onto the mothership core. It goes down. Wow. GuMiho puts himself into more or less a position where he's actually just won the game, I think, because honestly, if the third base goes down, we're just going to be seeing Stats has lost so much trying to defend that third base that just puts him so far behind. So we're just going to be seeing the Cyclones coming in again, and GuMiho looks as though he's going to be moving through to the finals. I mean, continue to push forward here. Stats just doesn't have anything anymore. Stats just doesn't have anything anymore. I'm going to see these units continue to work their way through the Nexus, but I mean, what you meant to do? The natural expansion is going down. Stats literally just does not have enough. Natural falls. I mean, we're going to see a couple of Phoenix coming in. We're going to see the Marines maybe trying to target those Phoenix down to get the Cyclones back onto the ground and helping out. Gets rid of one. I mean, Stats might clean up here, but even if he cleans up, for what? He has a natural expansion that's dead. He has no third base. He's on one base. GG. GuMiho takes the series 2-0, and he is looking